Okay, welcome everyone to session 3, and particularly we're going to look at what we've done so far. Just have a little look. I will just jump on things at random. I won't ask you to volunteer. I know sometimes people get a little shy, so I shan't do that. So thank you for the messages over evening for persons to then try it later on or after the session to get in or get involved. I'm adding everyone to the WhatsApp group in one go, so that's why you'll all be on that today. The wider issue is more, it's pleasing to see you practicing, because as with anything, we have to do a little bit of practice, and that should improve and technically make perfect. Practice makes perfect. So as I move across through our PowerPoint, you see I have added today's session. So session 1, we were introduced to everything. Session 2, we knew what everything was about. We were in the right place, and it is about now, in this case, creating a lesson. And in session 3, we're going to look at completing our lesson. Okay, look at completing our lesson. And then tomorrow is soft day. Tomorrow is software day. So today is a little bit more technical, but I think we're up for it. I think we can do it. We are obviously doing this virtually, which is twice as hard as doing it face to face. So I can't see the puzzled looks on your faces when you are struggling with something and come over to help you. So I'll share this video afterwards, straight afterwards. Well, it'll take maybe an hour. Zoom, put it together and then download it. Then I upload it to YouTube. So it takes a little bit longer, but I'll get it out there as soon as possible. Okay. So what I'm going to say is I'm going to come out of this and open my screen. That's the Zoom. I'm going to open my screen on the groups area. You may want to come and follow me to the groups area. You may want to log in. You may be there already. I'll just pause for a moment. When you click on groups, it shows the groups that you have joined already. So I'll just pause for 1 minute so you can all, if you're not there yet, come to the groups area with me. Hopefully we've all found our way. Click on Google or Bing, type in NotesMaster, or you may have bookmarked it, type it into your browser, and so on. Okay, so what I'm going to do for the first 15 minutes is just have a look at what we've shared from yesterday. So some of you tried to share to a group and found you didn't have permission. That's in part because you joined the secondary group and your material was for the lower secondary, or vice versa. So you share, you should all be able to share to a group, or perhaps you were in the group and I did not give you permission as yet to share with the group. And as a consequence, it was grayed out. So you did not have permission to share your material with the group. So today we're going to be looking at things like inserting, embedding, HTML code, Creative Commons YouTube. So it's a little bit more of a heavy session today. So a little bit more. And I'm going to do, and then we're going to do together. Okay, I'm not going to do too much and then come back, do little bits at a time. So the pausing was to allow you all to get up to speed onto this page, get everything ready. So if I click on a group, I can see we have 9 notes in this group, and I can go to the members area and I can see the names of people who've shared. So thank you, Ms. Joseph, Mr. Martin, Ms. Cochrane. So I can see who shared. So this is very simple, and it's the way we'll track our progress through the program. So I go to the notes area now, and I'll just pick some subjects at random. Agricultural science. I see all 0, so no one has shared any material for agricultural science. And this is the secondary level, so C6 subjects. And we're not doing music, are we? If I remember correctly, some of these we're not actually doing. So visual arts, let's see. So we have something for visual arts. On drawing, identify and use a variety of media. Ooh, yeah. The cable came flying out for one moment. It's all gone dark. Here we go. Hold on. Drag that back there. And you should. Okay. So we have for Mr. Richardson, visual arts, drawing media and techniques. So this is just me at random clicking on someone so we can have a look and see how we're doing, how we're getting on. Okay, so thanks, Mr. Richardson. We've got our title and our introduction and an explanation. And we've got a little image added here. Chalk as a drawing medium. Okay, so my critique of this would be two simple points. Firstly, we should add a little prompt. Take a look at the image below. Now see the image below. Please now look at the image below. So we guide them. We tell them where to go next, okay? That has the added advantage of making them feel like they're progressing. So it's, you know, it's, oh, I've done this, now I'm on to the next bit. Okay, so it's nice. In a way, you know, it's nice for them to be guided, but also feel like, well done, go on to the next exercise, those kind of things. And it's also good for alternative need learners to be able to chart a path through the material, okay? So we would center this. We've got all this real estate. So this is my kitchen test. So if you invited me to your house and you said, Dean, I need you to help me hang some pictures. And I came and this was the wall you gave me and I hung it. You'd say, but why you put it on just that side? So you'd want me to put it in the middle or center it or, you know, make it look balanced and neat. So think of our lesson as something like that. The aesthetics matter. So we want it to look good. Okay, but so far so good, Mr. Richardson. You have done everything we did yesterday. Okay, so I'll close that off by clicking up there. And then the syllabus operates a caching mechanism with JavaScript. So it will remember where we were when it was opened. So I'm looking at Mr. Peters. So I know Bernard Peters up here. That's the writer. So in this case, Bernard, this is our dominant heading. we need it bigger, we need it bolder. Okay, so it stands out, grabs the attention. So we have our introduction. Observational drawing is a drawing created by, okay, right, good. And I know this sounds funny, but we have full capital letters, full stop. So again, here, we just want to make sure we have full stop as well. So with explanation, we don't need all of this to be bold. It may start bold because explanation is bold. So we just type in our explanation and we would highlight it, and then we would unbold it or turn off bold, so to speak. And that allows us to then use bold as obviously a point of emphasis. We can add bold on certain things, certain words, to signify importance, where people should pay attention, pay attention. And here we are. We have our picture, and just as before with Mr. Richardson, let's center it. So click on the picture and use the center to justify it. So we'll have a look at that. Images of a still life composition. Okay, image of a still life composition. Yeah, so you said that here. You don't want to repeat. You can maybe say a little bit more about them. Rosemary, some pumpkin, some banana, some apple, I don't know, something like that. You know, it's a classic drawing. The pumpkin is rather interesting, depth of field, all that kind of stuff. Okay, all right. Thank you very much, visual arts team. I'll look at a couple more here. Let's have a quick look, see what else we find. Home economics, textiles. Colors, okay. So the advice I'm giving, absorb the advice. So while I be talking to Ms. Cochrane, I'm talking to everyone. Okay, Ms. Cochrane's new, this is her first example. So what is said to Ms. Cochrane should really also be absorbed by everyone. So first point of reference is colors. We're going all out with our capital letters. We don't need to do all capital letters, okay? The second thing is colors or fibers. What's it called? So if I then on the platform do a search for this lesson, am I searching for fibers or colors? So try to be consistent. So would you tell your learners to go and have a look at my lesson called fibers? So if you say fibers, which is what you've written here, then when the student arrives, okay, where is it, miss? Under explain terms. I always have bad accents, so ignore my accents. You will say, well, I don't see anything called fibers, miss. And Mitz will say, well, I am seeing it. So we have that old psychology beach ball effect. You know, the beach ball has 6 colors. I see red, yellow, blue. You see green, gold, and black. And, you know, we're stuck in a room and I can always see red, yellow, blue. Those are the colors. That's what I'm seeing. And you are seeing green, gold, and black because that's what you're seeing on your side. So we need to take the effort to walk out the room, round the side, so I can see what you see, because we're all adamant we're seeing what we're seeing. So sometimes you do find that scenario with online teaching, that beach ball effect, whereby I am definitely seeing this, and no matter what you say to them, it's called fibers. So these little things play up the online world. So I would say pick a title that's consistent with both. Okay. So now we don't have an introduction. So I've come here and there is no introduction. So remember, this isn't the introduction. This is simply a light bulb moment. If you find it frustrating, you can delete it. We just, in our period of time, found that students like some initial context around the lesson. Oh, okay. It grabs their attention, pulls them in. Because we are fighting. We are fighting with Facebook and Instagram and YouTube and TikTok and everything to get their attention. So when we have them here on the page, this lesson needs to be short, sharp, exciting. Leave them thirsting for more, as my late father used to say. Leave them thirsting for more. All right, so I need to do a test next week. I need to learn some more. So it looks like the introduction's missing. So we need to add the introduction, and then we need to add the explanation. So mindful that the explanation and the introduction are like this, I would say that you didn't get time to do either. Okay, that's fine, not to worry. Now, I have what's called the blur test. And this is a nicely presented scenario here. The image below illustrates the structure of natural fibers and texture. So that's wonderful. You've grabbed my attention. And then you've given a little summary. Fibers are thin, hair-like structures that are spun. So really good. The only challenge, and it's a bit of a predicament, is that the image is not good. As in the quality. It is explanatory. It conveys exactly what you're seeking to do. Hemp, henequen, jute, wood, corn. But it's blurry. It's a bit blurry. So grass, it's hard to discern what it is. Grass for me could be a mountain, could be tabletop mountain in South Africa. Corn could be anything. So yeah, so I would say seek out a better image. Now we have what's called stock images as part of our stock image account. And it is one of the fundamentals that you have websites. I'm just going to open this up. It's called Shutterstock. So these are like royalty style website images, okay? So basically, it's a side business for someone. Anyone could do it. You have a camera and you go and you find things and you take pictures of them and you upload them to a website such as Shutterstock. Dreams Time is another. It is not free, but we have an account, so it's fine. And if I wanted to maybe find something on textile fabrics, I can do a search and I can see what I can find here. Now I might be able to find something that's, okay, this might be suitable. It might not be suitable. So this is like a last resort if you've not found anything for Creative Commons under Google Classroom. We have accounts so we can download them for you. So if I jump back to your lesson, let me see, I'm looking for some flax. This is just, I might not be able to find any flax here, but let me just see if someone has some pictures of flax. Let's see what we get. So I type in flax. Okay, so I have some flax. Now the scenario here is that the quality, it's wonderful. Sharp, looks nice, okay? So if you struggle in the normal process, and we looked at images yesterday, so if I go to Google and I type flax, let's see what I get. When I go to images, do I get some nice stuff? I might. Nothing that's really, see, it's difficult to discern what this is. So try either way to find something that is sharp. And if you're stuck, totally stuck, come and ask me and I'll try and find a nice image for you. Okay? So these images you have to pay for, but the program will sponsor them. And you can download them and use them royalty free. So that they're free, basically. However, well done. Okay. Well done, Ms. Cochran. Add your introduction and your explanation. So I'll have a look at a couple more. And then I'll jump to the lower secondary and see if we have anything there. Okay, here we go. Okay. Discuss the concept. Okay. Right. So we have something pretty, Felixia. It's taking a little bit of time to load. Is it going to be worth it? Define the term family. Defining the term family. It's like one of those big reveals. Dun, dun, dun. So I'm seeing the word Canva in the middle of that. Now, Canva is a lovely software. that you can use. Some teachers do use it in the program, and you can create your own videos or little presentations. It has a free version, which has watermark Canva in, but it's real good. Canva is real good. Canva, canvas, drawing, art, that kind of. It's real good. So this was good. I don't have a problem with the time it takes to load. I don't particularly have a problem, maybe because I was talking. I'm on a decent internet connection, so perhaps if I was on a slower one, it would load slowly and I would be all frustrated. Load, load, load. But nice, pretty, eye-catching. And most of all, Felixia, I love the idea that you thought it was a good idea to add and accessorize, okay? So all of that stuff about eye-catching and being good, well done. So we're starting to look at things which are eye-catching. And that's what we want. We don't want too many colors. We certainly don't want bright pinks. No bright pinks, no bright greens, no neon blues, absolutely no reds or bright oranges. But this, nice. I mean, this could go quite well in the textiles one, to be honest, isn't it? Got a wallpaper feel. So, okay, as we come down here, we have our introduction. That's fine. Now, I don't think this is necessary. So if we want to emphasize, what we could do is we could change the color of the table. But this kind of feels too blocky. But what we're trying to do is draw emphasis. So I applaud that. So I'll look at tables tomorrow. I know I'll look at tables a bit today, depending on how we get on. Explanation, okay, so we just need a little bit bold. We don't need all of it bold, so we want to punctuate things. And a picture, handsome gentleman, beautiful woman, lovely dress, nice clothing. So this image of a family, mother, father, child, this is one type of family. And that's a lovely picture. I have a mother-in-law who insists we have one of these types of pictures when the baby comes, take a family picture. I am not the kind of gentleman that likes to sit there and pose. If I was this gentleman, I would feel rather awkward. But yes, my mother-in-law does this, and then we have to all take a picture, and none of the children want to do it. And then it's like, oh, and then if it's not your best pose, you're in trouble, because next time you go around your mother-in-law's house, you say, oh my gosh, you're on the wall, a picture's hung up and everything. So anyway, yeah, it's nice to see a representation like this. So well done. And I know there may be some scenarios with, is she black enough? Is he black enough? Dark? We are all one people out of many one people. So long as we can identify with someone from the Caribbean, I am fine with that. There are challenges with finding darker skin. Certainly with videos, you're going to find a lot of Indian accents, some very heavy Indian accents with some very good videos coming from India. So you need to be careful when selecting those. We'll have a look at those in the next 10 minutes. And the wider context, of course, is, you know, you're going to offend someone at some point. So, well, why aren't you using a Rasta man? So you can't use a Rasta man in small ganja. All of these things my mum would say. So yeah, you know, so use your approach as a teacher, okay? Just be guided like that. And this is a nice picture. So we have here though. So here is my comment. We have yellow, we have black, we have red. So think of it as an outfit. We need this. When I'm looking here at this real estate, we need it to all look balanced and nice. So if I have on a yellow shirt, you're going to give me a red shoes. Just think about it so it goes together. Okay. So pick a font color, black maybe, and then a different font for emphasis. Too many different colors, then we start to look a little mishmashed, okay? So just be careful with that scenario. But Felixia, well done, man, nice, really nice. I'm glad I stumbled upon that. There's a lovely example to show. Well done, madam. So I'll jump into the others. I'll come back if I've missed yours, but let me just quickly see if I've got anything here for family. Sorry, that was family. Sorry, what was below family? For theatre arts, sorry. No, oh, okay, well, that's handy. So let's have a look now at lower pro. So we're teasing out a little bit more of where we want to go and what it is we are seeking. So I'll just click on library. Okay, nothing there, not to worry. I'll click on lower secondary English, nothing there. I'll put Spanish. Okay, nothing there. So we've got 10 notes shared. Mathematics. Okay, no, mathematics, music. Ah, I'm not seeing anything here. Primary science. Kindergarten. What is sorting? Sorting. So, Miss Phillip, sorting things. Okay, right. This looks like a sorting quiz. Okay. So let's look at some accessibility traits here. We need to balance the page in the context that the parent and the subordinate. So this is the boss. Introduction is the boss. So we can't have this bigger than introduction. So introduction needs to be at least the same size, if not bigger. And sorting things, this could work in a sort of quirky art way, bold, non-bold, non-bold, bold. But I would suggest keep it the same. So this font now, Miss Phillip, this font belongs here, in here. Light bulb in one column, text in the other. Look at the things in your classroom. What do you notice about them? Look at the image. Okay, so we've lost our explanation. So we need our explanation text back. So we are prompting. But you can change the font, that's fine. Primary, lower primary, we need big font. So the size isn't necessarily the issue. It's just how we're mapping through. And maybe you haven't got to your explanation yet, but things are bigger, notably bigger than in the secondary. So that's fine. The size isn't the issue. We just want to keep it, let's make it organized. It's all bold, so we don't need it all bold. But we've added our image, okay, good. Sort the circles to match. So this would be a nice activity. We need to find an activity that would allow us to do this. The circles here can be sorted into two, okay. Oh, into two groups, all right, how fast, okay. So our formatting is all over the place here. So this sentence starts and finishes here. So we either insert the image at the side or underneath. Okay. I would also say, just be mindful of images that carry text, because it can look like you've jumped from large to small. So it's not too easy to discern what is actually a part of the image and what is actually the text or the writer's reduced. And it's a little bit blurry, but I can read it. And then we have this checkered background for the image. So what I would say, I would place this image in a table. Put it in a table so it's more concise. So it's more nicely presented, so it's neat. That's what I would say. Okay, so that's just a little stab at some of the things that we are doing. One thing I noticed, so I'm going to click on this here, folders. Okay, well done. So we just have Miss Francis. What is sound? Sound is anything you can be. Yes, it is. Yes, it is. My 2-year-olds made a lot of sound last night in bed. Anyway, so okay. Well done for sharing. Right, so let us get stuck back into where we were. We're going to do 2 or 3 big things now. We're going to find a YouTube video, and we're all in different places, so we have no choice about this activity. So we have to do it this way for the actors. We're going to find a YouTube video, download that video, then upload that video, and then play that video. So here's the thing, what to do if you can't find a YouTube Creative Commons video. That is a question. I do not have an answer. So let me approach Ms. Galloway and discuss that with her afterwards. What is the premise of the program? And I'll just give you a quick scenario here. Creative Commons has wears a number of masks. So when we did this NotesMaster thing, Creative Commons is about sharing. So we created this platform so you can share anything on it. So if I come in and I, for example, like this lesson by Miss Phillip. So Yvette's created a lovely lesson and she's added a YouTube video to it. So I can come and use this lesson. I can use this YouTube lesson in my video because I am not downloading it. And because YouTube allows me to share it, I am technically sharing it on this platform in the confines of the YouTube license. So nothing broken. And when you download the lesson from NotesMaster as a Word document, you can download everything as a Word document. Obviously, the video doesn't download, but there is a link there. So I can click on the link and it takes you back to YouTube in your Word document. So we rather cleverly, some may say too cleverly, circumvented the whole Creative Commons quagmire of what do I do if I'm doing an OER program and there just aren't any Creative Commons videos for my subject? Do I not add a video there? There's a lovely video from National Geographic on the water cycle. Do I leave it out? Or there is a lovely video from a local dance troupe that they've posted to YouTube celebrating Independence Day or maybe their latest production. And from their perspective, they are happy for persons to use it, to see it. And, you know, there's no problem there. There's no issue there. So what do you do? Now, the dance troupe have obviously allowed you to use it. Okay, they've obviously allowed you to watch it. And sometimes in YouTube, you do see a download button. So can we, you know, so it could be anything. It could be a Carnival Monday dance. They may have, you know, for Carnival, they may, you know, it's August, it's Carnival time, and they put up a video of them. So obviously for theatre arts, that would be something to use, but it's not Creative Commons. Now you can theoretically use that easily, not theoretically, in reality, on this program, on the live online class. So let me rephrase that. For the online lesson, you can use that video from our Antiguan dance troupe. In the Aptus version, unless it's Creative Commons, you can't. Okay? Because we need to download it. So that's the premise. So can we all, and thank you to those who I independently volunteered to have a look at your material. I'll save the last 10 15 minutes at the end of today's session to have a look at other material. So once you've shared, you don't have to unshare. Each time you save, it automatically updates the copy that's shared, okay? To find your lesson, you do one of two things. So we all need to now find our lesson from yesterday and carry on. So Notepad is where we're going to start. Go to your Notepad. Okay, I'll just give you 30 seconds to wake up and go, oh, yes, right, time to do something. Go to Notepad. And at the bottom of Notepad, manage notes. If you have shared your material, you will not see it in drafts. You will have to look under, where would we have to look? Classes and groups. If you've shared it to groups, it'll be under groups. So you click on groups and you see the list of notes you shared to the group. Click on defining a computer. Obviously that's me. You will click on whatever it is you're doing and you should have your template open up. Okay, should look like it looked yesterday. So now let's click edit. And that takes us back into the editor. Okay, we're back into the editor. And that allows us to now edit our work again. So we should be in familiar space. Subject on the top left at number 1, syllabus destination at number 2, title at number 3, just click save. It's always good habit. Successfully saved. And if you click on view and go to full screen, you might have more real estate space. You might have a bigger space on your page. So what we're going to do, so try and just follow me for the moment. I will talk you through, so you don't have to watch. Just follow me, follow my voice. That's what I'm trying to say, excuse me. Follow my voice. You have underneath, you should all have on your template, introduce the video clip in this next section. If you've deleted that, or if you're using a template that's different, you should see in your row of buttons, something called horizontal line. Okay, it's just a line, like an underline line. It's one of the buttons in the editor. If you put your mouse over it, it says horizontal line. You can use that as a very effective tool for separating the sections, okay? It's wonderful for chunking. Learn this bit of information, right? Draw a line under it, let's move on. Okay? Really good like that. Really good like that, okay? So just pause for one moment. Just give everyone a moment to catch up and just arrive. So you're clicking on your lesson. Well, go to the editor. Click, that is the notepad, excuse me. Go to notepad. Click manage notes. And then either under groups, where you've shared your lesson, click on it. If you have not shared it, you should see it under drafts, okay? I'll just pause one moment. We're going to talk about videos. So what do we want to do now? We want to add a video. So if you have your video template here, this is where you would add your video. So in the basis of our lesson, what we're doing is we are introducing them. You could add the rationale, the objectives, the outcomes, the deliverables. So your introduction needn't just be about the topic. It could be about the outcomes, the skills, whatever it is they're going to be acquiring. Then you have your light bulb, which could serve as an introduction if you wanted to. And then we have our explanation. This could be a paragraph, 3 paragraphs, but should be nicely written, well presented. And I should get a lot of the pedagogy from the explanation. So at the end of the explanation, I should have a fair idea of what the lesson's about. And then I have a visual image, could be anything, relevant, clear, sharp, nice, eye-catching. I'm able to use it. And a little explanation on our image. And then we have a video. So we reinforce that with a little bit of fun. We need to earn our video. Let's come down here, find a video and earn our video. So there's 2 ways of getting a video. So I'm going to, you can watch me. I'll do it twice or 3 times, as many as needed, or you can follow my voice. You'll see on the bottom row, there is a black rectangle insert YouTube video button. Okay. So if we click on that, it will open up a YouTube player. Oh, no, yeah, kind of. You'll see in a minute. Firstly, let's put the cursor where we want our video to go in our lesson. Click on it here. Okay. That's where we want it to go. In my case, if I've clicked on the video in the template, you'll notice that it goes blue. It has a blue border, shows me that it is active, that I have selected. So I then click on my YouTube button, click here, and I have this little pop-up that should pop up like this. This works best if we're using Chrome. So if you're using Microsoft Edge or any other such tool, I would say use Chrome. It's okay for now if you're using it. You don't necessarily have to log out and log back in and all of those. But Chrome works best. Okay. So in this pop-up,
could you do that again, please?
Sure. Not a problem. So in our row of buttons, we have a black rectangular YouTube button. So we click on it. When you put your mouse over it, it says insert YouTube button. It's to the right of the emoticon button. Remember to avoid the emoticon button, but it's to the right of it. Once you click on it, you get this pop-up. So if I type, and you can type whatever you want in there. So I'm doing a lesson about computers, so I'm going to type, what is a computer? You type what your lesson is about. Or you type the video that you want, pretty much, if that's what you're looking for, type that video. And once you've done that, just click search. And you get a lot of videos popping up in the left-hand side. These are the same videos as would pop up if you went to YouTube. So it's searching YouTube here. But we have a couple of limitations. And for this program, they are significant. So this player does not allow us to filter. So we cannot filter videos to show just Creative Commons videos. But we can find videos that we like. So for example, if I'm doing science, I know Fuse School does a lot of wonderful videos, and they're all Creative Commons. They do them for science, that's so chemistry, physics, biology, and maths. So if I typed fractions, Fuse School, and I click search, I get a load of Fuse School style videos. So I know I can use any one of these, and it's Creative Commons, not a problem. So this is just a quick way of adding a video to your resource, to your lesson. So I am looking at types of computers. So you type what you want and search. And when you, I think I did what is a computer, didn't I actually? So when you click search, you get the list here. Click on a video in the list and you can preview it here on the right.
Computers are all around us, from laptop computers to smartphones to smartwatches.
Okay. So the plan obviously is to make sure you watch the video, that it is good, that it is suitable. And so on.
I have a question, Mr. Dundas.
Yes, go ahead, madam.
So, you know, sometimes when you search on YouTube, sometimes the content of, depending on what you're searching for, sometimes the content is not really relevant to what you're teaching, to the topic that you're teaching, or maybe to the specific objective. Is there any way that we can edit it, the video, before inserting or after inserting, edit it some way? Because we might, as I said, you might not want the students to see some parts of that video because it's irrelevant.
Okay, so yes, you can. Yes. So there is a way. I'll share that in a small video to show you because it might be confusing, but I'll tell you and show you. So that's a good question. So in this case, let me show you how to insert and then we go over to YouTube. So in this case, once you like the video, you can set the width, something like 450, between 450 and 500. The height will adjust accordingly. But between 450 and 500. And then you have the blue insert and close button. That will insert the video and close this pop-up. So if I click it, it will insert the video at the point where the cursor was. So if you found that you forgot to put your cursor there, oh gosh, then just click the, under the file button at the top, the undo button. And that then takes you back and you can put the cursor and click on the black YouTube rectangle. So I've added my video and I now have the opportunity to write a small explanation. Okay. So I'll just write a little explanation on my video, just in case it doesn't play. So I'd have watched the video, just a little transcript.
Excuse me, I didn't see when it when you put it in because it was my laptop froze. Can you show me that part again, please?
Yes, of course. So you click insert YouTube video and you type your title. I'll just animal cells or something this time. So I'm going back to Fuse School, animal cells, Fuse School. So I'm getting up videos I know are Creative Commons. And once you see a video that you think looks quite interesting, click on it. It will move and play in the player on the right. Okay. And once you have it here, insert and close. Click insert and close. So you have it here, this blue rectangle. You can set the width though. Drag these across. The height will adjust proportionately. Insert and close, and in goes the video.
Hello?
Okay, and it should go and appear in there.
Okay, I realize what happened now. What happened when I clicked on what you said to click on, my my window my thing opened into a different window all by itself. It didn't open like how your own open. It went to a different window on the side. So I wasn't seeing what you were seeing.
Okay,
Others are
that's
seeing.
all right.
So
Have
when
you
it
been able?
went,
Go ahead, madam.
so when it went to the other side, I got to search for my video, everything, the video came up, but then the box to insert and so on, that came up that you just showed, it did not come up for me.
Okay, so when you click on it, what do you see? You see it opening a window on the side?
Yes, it opened a window all by itself again.
And what is in that window? The opportunity to search YouTube?
The YouTube app came up to open it.
Well, that is all right. Does that work for you?
No, because it still did not allow me to put it where it's supposed to go, unless I'm going to copy and paste it, the link there.
Okay, so so are you able to insert a video? That's what I'm just trying to grasp. Hello?
I didn't get to insert it.
Okay.
After I realized that I'm not on the same thing with you, I just opened my mic to ask the question,
Okay.
make the statement.
Okay, okay. Okay, so not to worry. We're going to look at another way of going to the YouTube channel and getting that video from the YouTube channel. So let's have a look at that.
Mr. Dundas, good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
A cap? Is there a cap for the length of the video?
Yes. So yes. No, there isn't. Okay, not on this. What we're going to do is we'll jump to the YouTube. Let's go to YouTube in a moment. I would say no more than 10 minutes, 10 to 15 minutes is the maximum you should have for a video. 4 or 5 minutes optimum. 6 or 7, unless it's really exciting, if it's Usain Bolt explaining fractions, that might be exciting, but generally we don't want, it's an accompaniment to the lesson. It's part of the lesson. It's a constituent of the lesson. So you can't, remember, YouTube videos are other people's property. So if I take a video that, say, you've uploaded, madam, and I decide that I want to reduce it, then people might think that you put out a shortened video. They might not be happy. I've changed that video output bearing your name. You may not be happy if you saw that because the end might missed off or so. So it's a delicate issue. but I'll show you what YouTube allows you to do now. So in simple terms, though, this YouTube button on the platform allows you to find any video on YouTube and insert it here. What I'd like us all to do is open a new tab and type YouTube. So go to YouTube in your new tab, youtube.com. Now, in the interest of partiality, sort of be impartial and all the rest, YouTube is not the only site. You have Vimeo, you have WatchCloud, you have quite a few of them. YouTube is the most popular, but is, you know, it's, you know, it's where the most stuff is. So, you know, that's what we use it. Okay. So I'll just give everyone a moment. So we have our YouTube. Once you open up YouTube, you'll see your page might reflect anything. If you're logged in, it'll show your history. On my screen, you might see a lot of boxing. I am a boxing fan. There is a big boxing match this weekend, so I've just been watching some preview videos about it. My daughter is doing her best to pester us to get a dog. That makes me wonder, she's been on this machine trying to look for a dog, a pet dog. She is so not allowed a pet dog. But so the videos bear no resemblance. The more you see, it'll be a history of what you're watching, okay? And on the left-hand side, you might see subscriptions. You can subscribe to things. So boxing channel, a yoga channel, I do a lot of yoga, and car channel, things like that. So if you find a channel that you like Fuse School as an example, or Khan Academy, then you can subscribe, as you may be familiar with. And then next time you come up to YouTube, just click on the left-hand side navigation on your subscriptions, and you go to their channel. So it's an easy way of seeing. So what I want us to do is, what we're going to do is find a Creative Commons video, which our video player on YouTube does not allow us to do. YouTube keep these features for themselves because they want you, obviously, to their platform, to come to their platform. And as you see, when I come to their platform, is an advert. You know, I am a business owner, I have business interests. So because of the way I browse, YouTube wants to give me a business profile, a little advertisement here. So they want you to come and access your stuff. Okay, so in the title at the top, type in what you're looking for. Yes, it's okay. It is okay to use for a game for pictures or videos to insert in the lesson. Yes, that's fine. Yes, I also agree. Yes, the video should be age appropriate and length appropriate. That's right. But I would say not too long. Not too long. So, you know, a 28-minute video, is a student going to really sit and watch a 28-minute video? You know, those kind of things. So use a video to maybe accentuate a point of the explanation, or summarize the explanation, or provide visual representation of the explanation. So in our YouTube page, and if anyone is not here, just drop a message in the chat and let me know. But as teachers, you can be guided. So will this video suit your students? Will your students be happy with this video, yes or no? Will it engage them? So I'm looking at types of computers. So I'm going to type in the search. Well, I was looking at what is a computer, aren't I? What is a computer? And I click enter. And I get a selection of videos And as you see here, adverts at the top, advertising me computers. And you see on my screen, if you happen to be looking at it, is the same selection of videos that I found when I accessed through YouTube on NotesMaster. So type in your topic and click search, and you should get a list here. I'll just pause here for one moment. So once you've found something, the next thing we want to do is we are just being served up a list of videos, aren't we? If I click filters, top left, so at the top left of your page, so scroll right to the top, and if you see filters, so when you see filters, so it's, you click it, the page slides down, to the top left up here, and under features, you see Creative Commons. So search for Creative Commons. So videos are an important part of our lessons. Now, videos will be used on the afters. So as far as we can, we need to use Creative Commons videos. Now, the question that I'll pose, what if the Creative Commons video is not as good as the non-Creative Commons video? So I've demonstrated how we can use a video on NotesMaster as part of an OER resource, which, as I'm openly saying, is slightly bending the definition in that context. But because you're not downloading it from YouTube, and YouTube frankly allow you to share everything, it's fine. Okay, so the point of reference is you're not going to be selling this content. You can share it, share alike, those kind of things. And the way you do that on a platform like this doesn't contravene the Creative Commons rules. So the wider issue, and it's a simple point to put, is by clicking here, Creative Commons, we are selecting Creative Commons videos. And as you see, by selecting Creative Commons, I have a completely different set of videos. So it's a bit like yesterday's activity. When you selected Creative Commons, in the images, we had a diminished choice. So here, so for me, I have a totally different choice. Okay. Okay. So when you have your video and you've selected Creative Commons, just pick the one you want. And you click on it, and it opens up here. You don't need to play it.
Now what we're going to do is we're going to start obviously with...
Now, obviously, the option I mean, in simple terms, you'll watch it before you import it, but it's a Creative Commons video, you've selected it. You don't need to spend time watching it now for this purpose. What is of interest here is you see there's a download button, okay? We see download. So you can download videos from YouTube, okay? So what we're simply going to do is download this video from YouTube and upload this video.
Excuse me.
Yes.
Not all. I'm not seeing a download button on mine.
Okay. So if you're not seeing a download button on yours, is it a Creative Commons filtered?
Yes, it is.
Okay. So that user has not allowed you to download it. So here's the thing, and this is a minor debate, and I can have this with or explain this to Mrs. Galloway. The wider issue is you can use that video because it's Creative Commons.
Okay.
So you'll need to use a YouTube downloader, but YouTube downloader, YouTube downloaders, they always come with a disclaimer, if you know what I mean. It's kind of a gray area. So here you have a Commons video, which you can use, which is Creative Commons. So the owner of the video will not have an issue. Now, YouTube is obviously a huge platform, so they're not going to have an issue with the teacher in Antigua downloading it, but it is whether or not it's permissible. So I'll research that and see what the overall approach from YouTube to Creative Commons videos are that don't have the download button, because some do and some don't. So if you don't have a download button, then from your side, you have, I would suggest, do you see the share button?
Yes.
If you click share, you could embed this video, but that might be a little bit too, we're going to look at embedding in a minute, in the next 10 minutes. So embedding now, if you see on my screen, you've sort of brought us into this. I'll come here a little bit early. So somebody asked, can I start my video from somewhere? So if I click here, and I'll do a separate video because I don't want to confuse. Here is our HTML code. So to show you what I did, I clicked share. I'm in YouTube. I'll zoom in a little bit more. So perhaps look at my screen for the moment here. Click share. And the embed code allows me to set a start time, if you see here.
Yes.
So if I wanted it to start after 40 seconds or 50 seconds, I type 50 and I click the tick here. And you see where I've highlighted, it says 50. So let's not be too fazed by all of this. So this text here, so it is telling me, and this is HTML, okay? So this is the same DNA as the editor and the content that you're creating. So this opening bit is just an iframe. It's like a window frame. It's telling you that this is what it will open in. Then you have the dimensions, the width, 560, the height. Then you have the hypertext and youtube.com embed and the address. So this is the address here. And then you have the start time, 50 seconds. Now I'll show you in a separate video, once you've got the hang of this, I'll show you in a separate video how you add the end time, because you can add the start time and the end time. You can't remove the advert videos that appear at the end, because that's YouTube's thing. Okay, what's this video? Now what's this video? But I'll show you how you can start and stop it. You need to add a little bit of code to this. So if we first get our head around this, so I'll repeat, this is HTML, colons, funny words, but let's just decipher it so we get less scared and more comfortable with it. Iframe is the window frame. That's what it's inserting. So it's like a window frame on your page to this other website, like a portal. The width and height of the dimensions, the exclamation marks of the web address for your video. Then you have the video title, YouTube player, and this is all about the frame border, the autoplay, the color, all those things, and whether you can have a picture in picture, all those things, and whether you can allow full screen. So these are just the functions of the YouTube video player. And then it closes off with iframe at the bottom. So I'll start talking more about this just so we are familiar and we're not fazed by it. Okay, we are in the process of developing content, so we don't want to be fazed by these kind of things. Not at all, not at all. Okay, not at all. So we have this code. What do we do? So for now, let's leave the download. So let's move together. So let's forget download for now, because there's no point if somebody can and some can't. So let's go to share, embed, set your time where you want it to start from. You could leave it to start from the beginning, but it could be a 25-minute video and you want it to start from minute 17. So if I put minute 53 in mine and I tick the box, oops, then click on this code to copy it. It goes all blue, that means it's copied, or highlighted, sorry. Right click, and then you copy it. So then we go back now, we're going to go back to our lesson, and we're going to put the cursor where we wanted it to go. Where do we want our video to go? So I'll delete this one that I have here. So I want my video to go here. So I click on the video. Sorry, I click in the space where I want the video to go. And then I'm looking for a button. You might need to look at my screen for this. It's called Insert Edit Media. Okay, Insert Edit Media. So I click on that button. And what we're looking at, if you notice in our YouTube video, we are at the top, it says embed video. So we are embedding the video.
Sorry, question. How do you delete the video that was there before on the page?
Click on it so it gets highlighted. So if you look at my screen, you see I had a video in here.
Yes.
I click on the corner here so it gets highlighted blue. And then I just press my delete button.
Okay, thank you.
So we click on this insert edit media button. And in that pop-up, we see embed. We click on embed and we right click, paste in that embed code. And it should look something exactly like that. Okay, and once it's in there, just click on it. So from my video, because I set it, it should start playing from 53 seconds. But that's another way of adding your video. Now, it's important to remember to add it correctly this way. Okay. Okay. So I'll do a little repeat of that. We'll do that again. So the idea here is that I want to find a video and maybe I want to set where it starts from. So I typed in, I'll pick a different set of videos here. So something very popular, animal cells, you know, it's always very popular. Animal cells. And I got a whole bunch of them, Lots of videos. So now I would like to just use the Creative Commons versions. What do? I click on filters and I click Creative Commons and I have a list of just Creative Commons videos. Okay, so to see that again, type in your, up here in YouTube, type in the title of the video you're looking. Then search, then filters. So we're dealing with top left filters. And then we're dealing now with that drop-down menu, that selection. So you can search for videos under 4 minutes, 4 minutes, 20, over 20 minutes. What we are looking for, Creative Commons videos. And we see we have a diminished selection. But, and this is important, but for A topic like animal cells, well, it's popular, isn't it? So there's gonna be a lot of stuff. You know, you're gonna get a lot of stuff on animal cells, aren't you? So click on one. And in most of them, you probably get a download option. But we are looking at share. So I click share. Then in that pop-up, I click embed. Then I have the option to set the start time by just clicking on the start time numbers, type in 45. I want it to start 45 seconds in. And then I click on that start button to action the start time, to add that in. I want to copy this HTML embed code. Okay, click on it, and then I'm going to right click and copy it. Okay, right click, copy, come back to our lesson. Where the video is, we put where we want the video to go, we put the cursor. Okay, so I'm just going slowly so you can see. So click on this video if you have a video, highlight the video, delete it, and we're embedding. So we're embedding insert edit media. Click on embed, come into the paste area, right click, paste in that code, save. Our video is on our page, and my video should play from 45 seconds in.
Question, sir.
Yes.
You were able to start the video from a different timing. Can you also edit it at the end by cutting it off?
Yes,
Does
you
it allow
can
that?
add some. Yes, you can add some code at the end to stop the video at a certain time. I'll
Right,
show you
okay.
that separately.
Good. Thank you.
Okay. When you stop the video, though, it does not stop the pop-ups that you start seeing, which says now click here to what, the other video options. Okay. So we should all have a video in our session. And the main thing is to get a video in. Don't worry about downloading, uploading for now. Let's just get a video in and we are okay. Okay. So it is a bit of work. And if we scroll, let's save. If you're in full screen, you should be saving auto save for you anyway. But if you want peace of mind, you can click view, unclick full screen, and then click save, but it saves auto save for you. So the next thing, and we're halfway through today's session. We're looking at SlideShare and Prezi. So I'm going to spend half an hour on these. We will leave the quiz. We'll do all that tomorrow. So I'll talk about SlideShare and Prezi, which is more relevant for secondary than maybe lower secondary actually as well. Not so much primary, but it's good. You might be familiar with SlideShare, you might be familiar with Prezi, but I'll just pause, let you finish tinkering with your videos for 2 minutes, and then I'll launch in there. So if you just wanted a little stand up, stretch your legs, do whatever, you're welcome to. I will resume in a minute or so. Just let you finish off that video or try that. This session is recorded, so obviously you can revisit. Okay. I'll catch you on in a minute. I'm here if you have any questions.
Mr. Dundas, I have a question.
Yes,
I know you
go
said
ahead.
we'll do the other stuff tomorrow, but
Which other stuff?
the practical activity, the test and so forth.
Yeah.
But I kind of looked at Word Wall.
Mm-hmm.
I created 2 activities for my Google Classroom already.
Mhm.
My question is though, I see that there is a fee if we want unlimited use of the activities and so forth. Will that fee be covered with NotesMaster or something of that sort?
Okay, so yes, but it is part of you have to use the arrangement we have with them is a type of license, but you have to use it with NotesMaster. That's the thing.
Okay.
So it's the intention is have you heard of H5? Well, everybody can use no, maybe they can't. H5P, which we'll look at tomorrow, is in simple terms, it's I call it similar to WordWall, but yeah, I mean, I think we can touch on that. So in essence, the program sponsors you to use software to create engaging content on this platform. So you know, that's the basis of it. Are you saying that you want to be sponsored to use it to create activities in Google? Is that did I hear correctly?
No, I'm not saying I want to be sponsored, but I'm just saying the free edition only gives up to 5.
Yes, you get 5. That's right. Yeah.
So I was looking at the standard and the premium packages, and there was a fee attached. So, you know, since we're going to be using this for, you know, this purpose, I was just wondering about the fee attached to it, if it's already covered, if we will be given like a code or a pin or something that we could, you know, type in to use it, because definitely we'll be using more than 5 activities or creating more than 5 activities.
Okay, yeah, you will be. You'll be. WordWall's fun. Have you used it before?
I used it twice today, just playing with it. And,
it's easy, isn't it?
Yes, and I already inserted links into my Google Classroom for my teaching. I'm just waiting for the students to respond and tell me how much they enjoy WordWall.
Yes, they do. Because you know what? It has a nice leaderboard at the end as well, which is fun.
Yes, it does.
So you know, H5P is the other one, which H5P has a bit of difference. It's dynamic.
Okay.
It's not as fun, but it is. You can do presentations. You can do matching game. You know.
Right.
But you'll see. I'll show you an
Yeah.
example. I did a lesson today I reviewed a lesson today in a language Chichewa for a program we have in Zambia, and the teacher there used both word wall and H5P.
Okay.
Your H5P is the mandatory sponsored one, but yeah, but listen, the embed thing that we just did.
Yes, sir.
So where it says insert center clip, you can embed your word wall into your lesson just using the same principle. So
Yes.
yeah, you tried that? It worked fine?
Yes, I tried that one, and I also copied and pasted the link.
Yeah, embedding is nice though, isn't it? It's on the page, people can see it, and it looks exciting, it looks different, black square, blue button. Oh well, I'm delighted that you've moved ahead. Fantastic, thank you for sharing that. Okay, so well, what else? That gave us time to catch up a little bit. What I'll just show here is SlideShare and Prezi. Some of you might, all of you might, none of you might be familiar. I would imagine some of you are familiar with it. And we take it from there. I'll just get you to open up a new tab and we'll have a look and see. Okay. Okay. Okay, so let's look at something you might be familiar with, Prezi or SlideShare. Very simple tools, and they're going to work on the same embed principle. So I'm on my Google page, or Yahoo or Bing works just fine, just fine. Okay, so I'm just going to type in my heading, types of computers. And I'm just going to put SlideShare at the end of it. Right? Types of computers, SlideShare. And when I click on it, I get a load of results all about types of computers from SlideShare. Now, SlideShare is a platform that's owned by LinkedIn and basically is used by a lot of people around the world to upload their presentations, their PowerPoints, basically. So I'll just pause a moment while you find yourself to Google, type in the title of your lesson or the topic or the thing you want to explain more about, and just put slide share at the end, like you see in my note here. I'll just pause here for a moment.
Mr. Dundas,
Yes, yes, sir.
I am totally lost, sir.
Okay, that's a useful
Could you
pause. then, a
start
useful
again?
pause. So what we are doing is we are finding our way to a new tool called SlideShare. So
Yes.
open a new
I'm
tab.
familiar.
Open a new tab at the top. And then what's the topic of your lesson?
So you type that in the search bar.
Yes, so I am doing types of computers. So types of computers, and whatever you're doing, animal cells, water cycle, atoms, just put SlideShare on the end.
Okay. And you click search.
And yes, click search.
Okay, so I'm there then, that's it.
Okay, so this brings up a list of the more popular activities or presentations from SlideShare. Click on ones near the top, they're the most popular. Types of computer. And you see on my screen, I have a presentation.
Right, I'm with you.
Okay, good. All right, so I'll proceed as though we are all together. So this platform is created by LinkedIn. And it's, as it says, slide share. It asks everyone to upload their content and then share it in simple terms. That's what they do. So and you might notice that these are like PDFs, they're presentations. Some are really good, some are okay. They're PowerPoint. So maybe if I had a thesis, I upload it here. I have a presentation, I upload it here. I'm giving a speech, a presentation, I upload it here. You know, it is a useful tool. So if you have, let's put it this way, if you have a PowerPoint, that's it. PowerPoints don't always play everywhere. So you can upload your PowerPoint presentation to SlideShare and it will work. So you see SlideShare on my screen has a download button. So I can download this. So I looked through to see if this is useful. Is this adding to the explanation in my lesson? Sometimes you get some really nice images. Sometimes it's age appropriate, and so on.
Another question, sir.
Yeah.
I've uploaded. It says it's asking me to activate a free 60-day trial. How do I remove that?
Oh, just if you, as a pop-up, if a pop-up appears, just click escape to get rid of it.
All right, another thing. What if you already have a SlideShare account? You're a member of SlideShare.
Oh, well, then you just log in.
You just log in and you use it. Okay, great. Thank you.
Okay, so what we want to do is copy this presentation so it appears on our page, simply. And we look to do that by embedding. Okay, I'm just going slowly so you know where we were. Okay, so everyone should have found something by now. So we see this little share icon underneath. Click on it and you see, let me see if I can zoom in here. Let me zoom. Here we go. So we're seeing this little share icon underneath the presentation, the 3 dots connected. And then you have the embed. So our new word for the day, embed. So if you see the embed, you click on it and all the code is highlighted. So we're a little bit, hopefully, more familiar. We know that we see iframe and we see the web address here. That's what we're embedding. And we see the width and height dimensions and the width of the margin and then the style of the player. So all this is trying to demystify this little code for us here. It's just the iframe window, the web address, which you're more than comfortable putting in, the dimensions of the presentation, the border, and whether you can go full screen and other things. So right click, copy. right click, copy. Let's go back to our lesson and let's put our cursor where we want our presentation to be. So insert and center a slide share or Prezi. This is a space that we use here to discuss our slide share. You know, if this is our slide share or Prezi space, this is part of our chunking. So we're not using this to convey mass pedagogy. We're using it to provide maybe a little bit read more, a little bit alternative, you know, a little respite maybe even, but it needs to be nice, needs to add something. Many learners have never heard of these tools. So when they come across them, it should be something useful, not repeating what they've just heard or read. So we put our cursor here. Then we look for our insert edit media button. We click on that. We click on embed. We right click and we paste in that code. And it should look something like that.
Could you repeat that in terms of just before you got to embed? Where did we go, please?
Okay, to get to embed, absolutely. So I'm back at my slide share here, just refreshing it. So this is the presentation. I like it. I think it's fabulous. I've looked through it. I'm okay with the slides. Age appropriate. If it's a CSEC one, they can read in paragraphs. If it's for a younger, maybe lower secondary, I may find that font a bit small, that cluster of font a bit challenging. That is more like it. Okay. Can I read all of the words in that? So two points. If you find one or two slides have a couple of grammatical errors, I would say don't fall out of bed, don't have a disaster, it's not bad. If you find generally it's poorly constructed, then don't use it. Okay, if you can't read these images, definitely don't use it. If the images are blurred, definitely don't use it. In short, if you're not impressed, just like don't use it. Okay, there's plenty, find others. Or create your own. All you need is a PowerPoint and a SlideShare account. SlideShare is free. You can log in, upload your SlideShare presentation. It's free. Okay. So I've scrolled through, had a look at everything. I'm reasonably happy. I mean, that's a big, ugly paragraph, isn't it? Nobody wants to read that. So they could have sectioned it off, made it a little bit more approachable. But anyway, if I decide we like it and we want to go with it, then what we're looking for is this here, this little share underneath. We click on that, we get to embed. We click on the embed. It gives you the option to start on a slide. So much like YouTube gave us the option to start from a particular second, we can start from a specific slide. However, curiously, I don't know why they don't give you the option to end on a specific slide. So maybe I wanted to look at slides 5 to 7 or 5 to 9. I can only start to look at 5, but I'm going to have to serve up all of them. It's a little frustrating. So here we are. That's fine. We'll go with that. Click on that text, right click, copy, come back to our lesson, put the cursor where we want it to go, insert edit media, click on that, then the embed button, right click, paste in our code, and then we click save. And our presentation appears here. It's rather big. So I can, if I want, click on it, and I go back to the insert edit media button, and I can reduce its width and its height automatically adjusts. So it's a little smaller, maybe. Maybe I prefer that. And you have the user and, sorry, you have the title and the author below. So I have added this presentation to my page. And as you can see, if you've picked a nice presentation, it adds quite a bit to your page. Makes it look nice. Makes it look good. So I'm going to introduce my slide share now, because students might think is this a video? Does it play? What does it do? Let's have a look and see. But they may not know what to do. They'll probably know to click the arrows 1 of 17. But let's guide them. So we may say, take a look at the presentation below. Just click escape. If you get the pop-up, just click escape, it should disappear. Take a look at the presentation below. And I could write to learn more on something. To learn more on types of computers. And I may put in brackets. Click the arrows to navigate forward and backwards, or navigate through, whatever you want to put. It's up to you. The point is, we're giving a little guidance. So I would do this a little bit like this, forward and back. Take a look at the presentation below to learn more about types of sentences. Okay, so I may want to put the cursor next to my presentation, and maybe I want to center it. So it flows down the page, maybe in the middle. And if I do so, I may want to center the links underneath it as well. All right.
Sorry to trouble you again. Where is
No trouble, madam. I'm here for that.
Which one is the embed icon? Because I'm not.
It is this one here. Insert, edit. Oh, sorry. In the presentation, in SlideShare.
Yes.
It's this one here underneath. That's the share icon. It means this means to share one to many. So you click on that and you get embed.
Okay.
Mr. Dundas, me again.
Hello, miss.
Oh boy. I did exactly what you said. Oh, and let me tell you, I got through with the first part, with the one that we were doing before. I actually had to refresh, and then it just worked. Okay, so this one, I did everything you said. Now I embedded the video onto the notepad. It's a blank space. It's just blinking.
You embedded the video onto NotesMaster.
Yes, I did. Can you see my screen? Would you be able to see mine? Because I'm wondering if my family, my video, my YouTube video is too wide. Maybe it could be the space.
We can adjust that. Yes,
but my SlideShare is not. It's just there, like blinking.
Okay. So your video on the page okay?
Yes, it is. It's big though. Maybe I
okay,
did
but you
too
can
big.
click on it. So click on it, and then you have the insert edit media button, the button you use. That's our favorite, insert edit media button. So once you click on the video, that button should become gray, a bit darker gray. Do you see that?
If I click on which one?
The insert edit media button. So click on the video, the insert edit media button.
Yes.
Okay, so click on that and reduce it.
Wait there, wait there. For it. Okay, I'm going to your screen. Show me.
So with our video, here's the video. I click on the video, yeah.
Uh-huh.
And this button here, insert edit media. I
Right.
click on that. And then I can adjust the width to say 450. And the
Okay.
height adjusts automatically. If I want to adjust one independently, I click on the padlock and I can just adjust the height on its own.
Oh, it did came up gray.
And then I click save. And the video should load in.
Okay, it came down smaller. So now, so what to do now? Should I go and delete the slide share and do it over and see if it come up?
Well, yeah, delete the side share, do it over. Are you pasting the embed code into the embed area of the pop-up?
Yes, yes, I did. But it just blinking.
Okay. So
Okay.
all right, that's okay. Let's try and do this together. No problem. Don't worry. Don't worry. So you tell me what you're doing, and I'll follow you. I'll try and copy you and see what happens.
Okay, so I'm going to delete it now.
Mhm.
Well, it's not it. Okay, it's deleting. So I'm going back to the YouTube window that you said to open. Not YouTube, sorry, the new window. I have the video there, the slideshare video there.
Okay,
I click on the
slideshare presentation.
presentation, yes. So I'm going to click on the three thingy at the bottom. And then I'm going to click into embed.
Yeah.
Then I'm going to right click, copy it. Then I'm going to go back to my NotesMaster page. Okay. Give me a minute there. Yes. And I'm going to click on the insert edit media. Then I'm going to right click into embedded and paste it there. And then just hit save. But
Okay,
it's still blinking.
Okay, so what exactly is blinking?
The cursor.
The cursor is still.
The box. Okay, it's like it was embedded. It was pasted there. But it has the play button. And to the right, it's just blinking. Okay, so even if I click play, it doesn't play.
But you mean it shouldn't, the slide share it shouldn't play. You should scroll through it.
Okay, well, it's not even doing that.
The video embedded in it?
No.
Okay. Right, go on then, share your screen. I've unshared mine. Share yours, let me have a look and see.
Oh, Lord.
You should see the green share screen at the bottom. Do you have the option to do that?
Yes.
Yeah, go for it.
Okay, I just did.
Okay, so it hopefully should appear at some point.
Are you seeing anything?
I'm not seeing anything as yet. Did you select the screen you were sharing?
Okay, okay, I was to hit at the bottom.
The green share screen.
Right, I just did that. And what popped up is my classes and my groups. So I clicked share because both of them is ticked.
Okay. Your classes.
No, it was successfully shared.
Oh, okay, right. So when you said share, I thought you meant share your screen on Zoom, right?
Oh, I wasn't even on Zoom. Let me go back on Zoom.
No,
Let me
it's
share.
okay. All right, so okay. So we've done this slide share embedding.
Mhm.
So going back over with yourself would allow others to see. So
Right.
let me go to the group then. Just jump to the group and see what I see with yours. So which group are you in? Primary or no?
Secondary. Secondary.
Okay. So I'm in secondary, yeah.
And it's Nadine.
Nadine, what subject, Nadine?
Family and resources management.
Okay. Section 1. This, oh no, that's the wrong one.
That's Miss Martin on.
That's Miss Martin, yeah. So you, did you share to the syllabus?
No.
You share to the folder? Oh dear. Right, just for reference, we're sharing to syllabuses, everyone, remember? So Nadine, Renee, Dacia, Chanda, Claudette, we're sharing to syllabuses, not folders.
Okay.
Okay, anyway, let's have a look, see here. Okay. So so is this what you see?
Yes.
Okay, so this is not a slide share.
But it came up as one.
Right. Well, did you, okay, well, it's a different kind of, let's just quickly try here. What are you searching for? What was your search topic? What did you type into Google?
Let me go back to it.
Okay. So for others,
Types of family in the Caribbean.
types of family in the Caribbean, and slide share on the end?
Yes, slideshow.
Slideshare, okay. So I use, was it this one?
Now let me see it at the side. No, but let's do that one so that the others can get a chance to speak to you.
Okay. So this one, same premise. We click on here. We click on embed. We right click. We copy. We come back. Let's go to our notepad. Let's go to manage notes. My note was in the group. So just to jump here quickly to not confuse you, back down here. So with my presentation here, just a little space here, I go to insert edit media, embed, click in the box, right click, paste in my code, and I click save. It's a little bit big, so maybe I can click on it, click here again, and I can reduce the size.
Okay, so I'll go and try it again.
Okay, no problem, give it a try. So the next thing I'd like us to do here, the next 20 minutes, is look at Prezi. And then we're going to just finish off your lesson by adding a practical activity and adding a little summary. Prezi works the same, and then of course our references, which will take longer in general to do, but just add something there so you know it's part of the process. So the important premise here Prezi, similar to SlideShare, but a little bit more dynamic. So if I was to type, and the premise is the same, types of computers, Prezi on the end instead of SlideShare, and I click enter, I'm given a list, just like before, of really good Prezi activities. Now, Prezi is a little bit more dynamic, takes a little bit of time to load. So let's try this one out. Types of computers. Oh, types of computer. Well, obviously, we're off to a bad start. She's forgotten the S. See now, our Prezi, if you're watching my screen, our Prezi has a little bit of loading going on here. Okay. Now, not all Prezi are created equal. Some are good, some are not so good. So in this being available, I click on it. As you see, as I click, it's a little bit more dynamic. So she's done her presentation like that. Funky raindrops, pretty colors, things move in and out. I can zoom in, I can drag to the right, drag to the left. Okay, so it's more exciting than SlideShare. A little bit more exciting than. So if you're trying to convey types of computers instead of a list of bullet points, this is more fun. And this would work well, whereas SlideShare may be a bit boring for lower primary and certainly for any primary lessons. Prezi might, if it's done well, and they're zooming in and it's big images, this is quite a nice little funky graphic about computers with her phone. She's put some effort into it. The fonts are clear. I mean, I can go full screen, so let's do that. The fonts are clear, so I can read everything, a bunch of mainframe computers, okay. It's pretty decent. She's got some form of pseudo matrix feel in the background with the colors, and that's the end. Or it looks like the end, parts of a computer. Oh, no, we've got some more. Okay, nicely done. So she's put a video in here that I can then play. Does the video work? No, it looks like it's not working. It's unavailable. That's fine. We forgive you. You did a nice presentation. Escape to go back to normal size. So nicely done. Much more fun than the other presentation that I talked about. It did have a little bit of okay, I'll just pause there for a moment. So SlideShare and Prezi have the same premise here. You can share. And if I click on this share, if you watch my screen for a moment, I have this code, which I could copy. We're not linking. So linking is it comes into the page, you click on the link and it goes somewhere else and so on. What we're interested in is our new best friend, Embed. So we click on Embed and we get some more code, which we are now better at than before. iframe just means the window, the web address then follows, then the container, full screen, autoplay, the width of the player. That's all this is, okay? So we don't be too fazed by this. Lots of speech marks. So we're happy with the size, maybe. Let's copy to clipboard. So we click on that and we copied it. We do exactly the same. We go back to our presentation. I'm going to add a horizontal line to mine. If you look at my screen, you see where it is, just to separate the slide share and the Prezi spaces. You know, get some chunking going on. So we just deliver these things in bite-sized chunks. Nobody needs them next to each other. So presentation is important. Lay it out nicely. Make sure the fonts are presented and so on. So I've added my horizontal line, and I'll now write the Prezi below explains types of computers. Click the blue triangle to get started. So I'm introducing it. Okay, I'm introducing my presentation. Now you may see on my screen, I get some spelling corrections that pop up. Now I'll share this program in the WhatsApp group when it's ready. It's called Grammarly, you might be familiar with it. But Grammarly is very useful in checking. Okay, very useful in checking your spelling and grammar.
Excuse me.
Yes, go ahead.
When you're in Prezi, where do you go?
Okay, so let's look at Prezi again. So we see here, you have a button on the presentation. It says embed. So if I take it all the way back.
How do you get there?
So just like we did with SlideShare, in our Google page, we typed the topic and then Prezi on the end.
Yeah, I did that.
And then once that opens up, you get a list of activities that are provided by your search engine, Google or Chrome or whichever, Bing, whichever you're using. So click on one of those.
I'm using Google, but I'm not on that page that you're on there.
So when you, okay, so you type in types of computers as your search and Prezi, what do you get?
Okay, sorry, I just typed in Prezi.
All right, you need, yeah, you want to give it your, so you're putting your topic and then put Prezi on the end. So you're directing Google to look for Prezi for those related answers.
Okay, I got it.
All right, that's okay. So we click on types of computers here. And once you're in Prezi, you have on the front of your presentation, if you look at my screen, you see you have an embed button. The greater than, less than, with a slash in the middle.
That's a question, Jack. He was moving on, no?
Pardon? Oh,
sorry.
Oh, it's okay. So you see this embed button, you click on it. And then you have this code here. Click copy to clipboard. That copies the code. And now let's go back to our lesson here. So I've put in a title and a little prompt to help me get started.
Mr. Dundas, do we have to use both Prezi and
No,
slide
no,
share?
no. You don't have to use any. This is just showing you how to use both.
Okay.
So either or, but never together. And you don't have to.
Thank you.
They're just nice information. So instead of, you know, typing a whole lot of bullet points, you could use this. Okay, exactly. So put the cursor where you want your Prezi to go. Click on the insert edit media, click on embed, right click, paste in the code we just copied, click save. And our Prezi appears on our page.
So, sir, could you go over that one more time again, demo again for me, please?
Oh, okay, sure. Sure. From
I
where?
appreciate it. From the start where you went to from the Prezi page.
Okay. So from the Prezi page, we're here on the Prezi page. And so what we want to do is embed it. And we look for the embed button. And that embed button, as you might see at the beginning, is here. Embed. That's the button we're clicking. Slightly different. In SlideShare, it's this. Maybe if I zoom in, some
right.
More.
That was what
SlideShare,
had me a bit confused.
Yeah, SlideShare, they're both the same. They're both share, but different computer companies, software companies do it differently. So yes, share is available here, but the challenge is that it's just for linking. And we don't want links. We want to embed. A link appears as a highlighted text sentence on our page. We want to embed. It's better. So these guys at Prezi have decided to put click here, click copy to clipboard, go back to NotesMaster, put the cursor where I want it to go, right, we have our insert edit media button, so we click it right here. Then we go to embed. And the process is the same as for SlideShare. Right click, paste, save. And our presentation appears there.
Excellent, thank you.
Okay. I'll just allow you 5 minutes to figure that, do that. And then for the others, a little bit, as you scroll down the template, don't worry about linking to a quiz. We shall do that tomorrow. We have add a practical activity. And we have a remember section, which is summaries. So fill out those so that you complete your lesson and then save it. And then we can have a little time looking at some of them for the last 5 or 10 minutes of today's session. So just fill out your practical activity, which is designed to take the students away from the computer. So something that takes them into the garden, the school, the shopping mall, anything, but it's practical. It's not computer-based. And then a remember, which is a summary of your lesson.
Okay, Mr. Dundas,
Yeah.
neither the Prezi or the SlideShare is uploading for me. And I saw that it uploaded on your screen.
Okay. So the only way around this really is for me to see what you're doing. So how about, whilst we just allow others 10 minutes to finish off theirs, you share your screen and I watch what you're doing on Zoom? You comfortable doing that? Would that be okay? Oh, I might have lost you.
I'm sorry, I muted it. Just click on the share screen
So I'll
button.
stop sharing. Yeah, so the green share screen button, you click on that.
Okay, I just did.
And select your screen to share and we should see it.
Post disable participant screen. I just start what to click on.
So the green share screen button, try clicking on that again.
I just did.
And what do you get when you do it?
I see screen, whiteboard, iPad.
Okay, click on screen. And then click. Okay, you started share. I can see you, miss.
Okay.
So I see your stream, your Google Classroom, you're ready to go.
No, mine is gone. Okay, just go ahead working.
Yeah. So
Okay,
so that's
I'm in the notepad and I just deleted. Okay. So I'm going on to, let me just click this off. Let me go back.
you know, okay.
Let me just try the Prezi and show you. Just click, I'm just doing random, right? Letting it load. Okay, so I'm gonna just click the embed button. And it said to copy.
Yeah.
Then I'm gonna just go back to
Mhm.
here.
Yeah.
I put the cursor there. Then I'm gonna click here. And I
Ah,
paste.
pause.
Okay.
So we are missing a step.
Okay.
So what are we missing? It's quiz time for the teacher. So click on the cursor where you want it to go. Not just, yeah, just put it there.
I
Left
just
click.
got it there. Uh-huh.
One enter space down. You don't want it right up underneath. It's like someone sitting uncomfortably close to you on the sofa. Click on the insert edit media button now. Yeah. And what are we doing? What are we doing with the content? We are embedding it, right?
Right. So click on embed.
Yeah.
Okay, that was my problem then.
Okay, so let's click save. All right, here we go.
Okay, thanks.
Yes, all right, no problem. That's all part of it.
Okay, so how do I just click stop share?
Yes, just click stop share. Fantastic. Okay, so I'll give 5 minutes, 5-10 minutes for you to add a little practical activity and a remember section at the end, and attempt to put some references in. We don't have too much time, but and then click save, and then I'll spend the last 10 minutes just having a look at how far we've progressed. So after Prezi, when you scroll down on your template, you see you have add a practical activity here. So just add a practical activity as it relates to your lesson. So mine would be look around your house and see how many types of computers you can spot. Note them down. So that'll be my activity on this defining a computer. So now look around your house and see how many types of computers you can spot. So maybe it's the TV, maybe it's the DVD player or a PlayStation or a laptop or a smartphone or you know, whatever they've learned here. And then I have my remember summary. So you give a little summary of your program at the end under remember. Okay. All right, so we're 10 minutes left. So once you're there, I'll say you might not know how to add your references, so I'll do that separately. But you don't just paste in the link or anything like that. References take a little time to do. But just click save at when you've finished. And if you've shared your lesson already, you do not need to share it again. If you have not shared it, then take a bold step and share it. So we should have something in all areas apart from quiz.
Mr. Dundas, I did not have permission to share it with my group yesterday.
Okay, so have you tried sharing today?
Yes, it's the same thing.
Okay, so which group are you in?
Upper secondary.
Okay, let's have a look. And your name is, madam?
Paisley, Kimisha.
So, so you said Hazley, sorry?
Paisley.
Oh,
the
Paisley. Okay.
Kimisha Paisley.
Oh, right, Kimisha Paisley, right? I'm looking.
Just about
so,
right.
I see you here. So it means you are an editor, so you have permission to share. So the issue
Yes.
would be that the subject you're trying to share is not part of this group.
Right.
What subject do you try to
Spanish.
share? Pardon?
Spanish.
Oh, CSEC Spanish.
Yes.
Okay. I'll add CSEC Spanish, and then you can refresh, and you can share.
Thank you.
Oh, you're welcome. So refresh, and you should be able to share.
Okay.
Good afternoon.
Good afternoon, madam.
Yes. Do I still share if I have to go back to watch the video in order to insert an image? Because that's the only thing I try to work along with the lesson
Yes,
today.
just still share, so we can just see a little of what everyone's doing. Don't worry.
Okay, thanks.
So with 7 minutes to go, we'll just have a look and see. Did we get anything for theatre arts? What did we have? Nothing for music. Agriculture, music, and social studies I don't need, do I? Dash music. Okay. Okay, so we'll look at the family. What do we have here? So Daisy, we'll look at the family. We'll just jump on yours then, Miss Bailey. So we have our title, our introduction. We need an explanation. And we have a nice picture. And we have a video. Depending on I'm zoomed in, so I zoom out.
What are the family types?
Okay. We can center the video if we have all this space. We have a slide share, hip hip hooray. Okay, nice. And then we have a Prezi. Visit 6 homes within your community and identify their family type. Make sure you let them know you're coming first, and use this bit. Okay, fine. You can add that and update. Okay, so we've got the embedding, we've added the video, and we work a little bit on the presentation. So good job though, nice. You've done all the main things that are needed, Miss Bailey. So we jump back to Miss Martin. Okay, so we've had a little adjustment here. Okay, fine. Nice. Thanks for taking on the feedback. Okay. This might be a little bit harder to read. So think of our colorblind or potentially colorblind or color challenged users. The light yellow or the palish yellow on white might be a little different. So maybe a stronger, darker color. Okay, we've got our video in. Need to introduce our video clip here though. Tell them to look at the video, call to action.
Yeah. What is it? I guess we could look it up in the dictionary. But is it really that easy? Most of us.
Present. Okay. Nice, Prezi. So we've got the bits in here. Take a few minutes to walk around your community and note the families. It's nice. Okay, nice bullet points. Nice. Good. This is what we need. We'll throw some color in there. We're on our way. Lovely, Miss Martin. Thank you very much. So we have 3 minutes left. I'll just jump in here to the primary team. Let me just jump on music. Did we get something there? No. Let me just jump on primary science. And we're just practicing the syllabuses. We have them. We start putting them up. Don't worry. So we'll just jump it. Miss Ford. Okay, so we've got sorting, introduction there. Okay, so we need to add our image here. So we need to, I noted, that's fine. And we have our video. And we have our slide share and our Prezi with a line in between. Okay, good, Miss Ford. Okay, right. Everything is in place here. Nice, nicely done. Thank you very much. We click on this. So you don't always need two. You might think it'll work out better with two, but this is nice. And then we would center the video so it looks balanced and neat in here. Okay, well done, well done. Oh, yeah, look, a couple more, try and finish on time for us today. I know you have lots of things to do. And you probably had enough of my accent talking to you right now. Okay, let's jump here. Who am I? Who have we not seen? Sherry Ann, let's have a look. Who am I, Sherry Ann? Ah, so nice. Now we have some color coming in. It's nice. Different borders and margins. I'll share a video on how to manipulate that, but clearly you have a good idea. Big font, nice, appealing. So I'd say just make sure this font in here is same size as out here. Pretty picture, colorful, bringing some color onto the page. Okay. Now watch this video. Okay, nice and big, explaining the video to me here. And scroll through the slide share. So you're adding the slide share in the general area. You need to click the embed area so we can get the slide share in the right place. That's why it looks like this. And we just need to fill it out. Okay, now we've added a bit here. Living things are great. So we need just a practical activity here. Okay, so that's 8 o'clock for me, and that is 3 o'clock for you. So from my side, we've done a lot today, so I'll stop here. We have done a lot, and we have looked at the seemingly simple principle of adding a video, searching for Creative Commons, embedding from YouTube, or using the NotesMaster video finder, whichever you find easiest. We looked at embedding from YouTube because it allows us to set the time. Start here, finish here. The next and important point is we looked at SlideShare and Prezi. By all means, use them, but they are not essential. You can create your own. You can request a subscription for Prezi to create your own, and we'll sponsor that. I'll talk about subscriptions and software tomorrow and all of those things. But I'll download this video and put it up. So we have, if you're stuck, if we went too fast, don't worry. If you had unstable your internet was unstable, don't worry. This video from today's session will serve as a how to do this. Okay, so it is 8 o'clock. It is 3 o'clock. I know you're busy, so I would say to you from my side, I am here for a bit longer. I'm setting up the WhatsApp groups, so you'll start to see some pings today. So you're not able to send my NotesMaster. It was shared. Okay. Well, when I set up the group, we can try and look at that. So if it may be that you didn't have the right subject in the group. So just as before, you're trying to share to a group, either you're not in the right group or you're using a different subject. So don't worry if you haven't shared yet. We'll get to the bottom of that. You can reach out to me on WhatsApp. But thank you. You would have absorbed a lot today. We looked a lot about HTML coding and all those little funny, weird words. And we would have tried our best to keep up, understand, add videos, add SlideShare, add Prezi, and finish off and bring some color and balance and excitement to our lessons. Okay, so thank you very much from my side. I shall stop sharing and I shall stop recording this session now.